All right, the court is calling. Mr. Acevedo, can you lower the volume over there or something? Court is calling.
Yes, sir.
Court is calling 2021 CR 0243, State of Texas versus Stephanie April Gomez. Could I have parties announced for the record, please?
Hunter Morris for the state.
For the defense?
Joseph Acevedo, Your Honor.
And are you Ms. Gomez? You need to unmute for me.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
None from the state.
Any objections from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Gomez, did you sign a document entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video? Did you
Yes.
understand it?
Yes.
And did you have a chance to review that document with your attorney?
Yes.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, I did.
Counsel, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Gomez, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
State would waive the habitual state jail enhancement, Judge.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right, next I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand the state is proceeding on theft under $2,500 enhanced? That's a state jail felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
I believe she does.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I believe she was.
Ms. Gomez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Next, I'm showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, I did.
According to the plea bargain agreement, the state is requesting a $1,500 fine, recommending deferred adjudication. There's to be a case taken in consideration is County Court Cause number 614928. Is there any restitution?
I believe it was all returned, Judge. The restitution would be determined to Walmart.
Okay, I see that restitution is below the line, but I'm going to order restitution if there is any restitution. Does everyone understand that, Mr. Acevedo?
As long as the restitution is under $100, I can't just blanket agree to
No, what I'm saying
some
is
amount.
if there's restitution, I'm going to order restitution. If you all want to have a restitution hearing, then you can have a restitution hearing.
That's fair.
All right, so do you still wish to go forward with the plea, Ms. Gomez, knowing that I'm going to order restitution if there is in fact restitution that is owed?
That's fine. I mean, yes, ma'am.
All right, then did you understand that to be the entirety of the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, was that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Judge.
Next, I'm going to show you the paragraph entitled waiver of appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. The state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 2 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation, 120 hours community service restitution, regular UAs, and restitution, if any. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offense, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence to support the plea?
State offers states one of the attachments, Judge.
Any objections?
No objections.
Ms. Gomez, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. The court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, as reviewed in states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, the court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
If the
Yes.
court will permit us, if it's a recommendation of inpatient, if the court will permit us to at least approach at a later date, if in fact something like that comes back.
Sure. Nobody's told me anything about inpatient treatment.
Oh, I think there's a TAP eval that was on there.
Oh, okay. All right, is there anything else? Anything you want to say on behalf of your client?
Oh, no, Your Honor, we'd ask if the court would follow it, and as long as we would be able to address that, if that were to have, be recommended. And then also may she be evaluated for the mental supervision docket.
Sure. All right, anything else, Mr. Acevedo?
No, Your Honor, we'd ask that the court follow the plea agreement.
All right, Ms. Gomez, what's going on in your life? Why do you keep taking things that don't belong to you?
Well, I wasn't trying to do that. It was not my intention. It was just one of those moments when it was it was closing time. I had $300 worth of stuff. They had no bags to bag my items, which I already had stuff to return. And all my stuff was loose. And there was I just was absent-minded that day, stressed out from the COVID and everything. I didn't realize there were some things that were not paid for because I had them all loose in my cart.
But you
And so
didn't
when
scan them.
I scanned them, but I had to place them in the cart without bagging them because they didn't have any bags.
No. There are items that you had. I've read the police report. There
Yes,
are
no,
items
there's
that you
items I
had
didn't scan. You're
that you
right.
did not scan.
I know, because I didn't realize that I didn't scan them. I was scanning them and not putting them, in the bag. When I had to put them in the basket, they weren't bagged. So there was stuff that I was just grabbing out. And they were stuck under a big old box that I was returning of a cry cut machine, and I didn't see them. She had told me when I went to when she confronted me about it, and I hadn't paid for it, she told me I could go and pay for it, and she wouldn't call the police. And so I went back, and at that time, I would have, if I knew that they weren't paid for. I had just bought $300 worth of stuff. I had $150 still left on me. I would have at that time put those items back. I just honestly did not have the ability to grasp that I was being paid for.
Okay. Well, I'm
And that's
reading
true.
something different in the police report. So here's the question. Is there any type of theft course you all are going to be recommending?
Well, can Mr. Acevedo mute? I think he's in the same room or something.
Okay.
Yes, Judge. State would recommend a level 2 theft class.
Okay. So are you employed, Ms. Gomez?
Yes, I am.
Okay, Joseph, you're too close to her, so we're getting a lot of feedback on your end. Okay, where do you work?
Well, I work for a child. Watch my sister's children for her Monday through Friday from 6 to 7 p.m. every day.
And who's paying you?
She is. My sister is.
All right, and if you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
Negative.
All right, and why is your attorney asking me about mental health issues? Are there some mental health issues?
Well, that's another reason why, because of my mind and my memory. I have ADHD, and I was diagnosed many years ago with a borderline personality disorder and ADHD, but I never wanted to take the medication because of the fact I didn't want to be confirmed crazy but now I've seen a doctor, and I've been seeing one, and I have an appointment on June 2nd. So maybe that's why.
All right, so why is she being allowed to take care of children? That's what I want to understand.
Your Honor, right now she has some stability in her life. However, I think there's some issues that she needs to be or needs assistance to have addressed. That's why I was asking that she be given an opportunity to have that type of supervision. And she seems to be doing better at this point.
All right, well, I don't feel comfortable with her taking care of children when there are some mental health issues going on. I don't feel comfortable with that, Ms. Gomez.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna allow that.
Okay.
And do you understand why, Ms. Gomez?
I totally understand. Yes, ma'am.
When's the last time you had a job?
A real job. It's been more than probably 10 years or more.
So how have you been supporting yourself?
Well, I have get Social Security every month, and
Or
for being bipolar.
So where are you staying? Are you living by yourself or with someone?
No, I live with my boyfriend.
All right. And do any children live there?
No,
All right, this is what the court is gonna do. $1,500 fine, that'll be probated. Take in consideration 614928. No unsupervised contact with minors. 2 years deferred adjudication, MIC evaluation. Follow recommendations of MIC. Level 2 theft course. Proof of employment or SSI within 30 days. No employment with vulnerable persons. So that means no employment as a home healthcare provider. Or any job that requires supervision of minors. 120 hours community service restitution. Are you able to Zoom on your own or do you need help Zooming?
no, I can Zoom on my own.
All right. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. If something happens and you can't Zoom, then you need to report in person.
Okay,
Random field visits 3 times per month. And random UAs. And restitution, if any, to Walmart. Rebecca, is there anything else she needs?
No, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Gomez, is there anything else you need in order to be successful on this deferred adjudication?
no,
All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you electronically sign it?
yes,
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
yes.
All right, Ms. Gomez, good luck to you. If I didn't think you could be successful on this deferred adjudication, I would not have followed your agreement. So you can get it done, okay?
Thank you so much.
All right, you're welcome. I'm gonna send you to breakout room number 2. Probation will meet you there and she will go over conditions with you. Mr. Acevedo, I'm gonna send you to 2 and you are excused from that room. All right, thank you. Roland,
Hi, Judge. How are you again?
hi. All right. Have you had any contact with your client?
No, Judge, we tried and also got a call from our pretrial bond officer, and they've been trying to contact us well and to no avail.
All right. Do you think there's any possibility, are you getting in contact with her by tomorrow or no?
I want to be hopeful and say yes. I've emailed, I've called, and texted. So after that, I guess I can send a pigeon carrier, and that's about it.
I mean, you could do that.
Right? I mean, hopefully.
Yeah. All right. Court is calling 2021 CR 1907, State of Texas versus Vanessa Rosano. Could I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state,
Remorse for the state.
for the defense?
Rolando Arguelles for the defense.
All right, we're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state? And he is frozen in time.
State.
All right.
Nothing for the defense, Judge.
All right, this hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. It is now 3:28 p.m. The defendant, Vanessa Rosano, has not appeared on the Zoom screen at all today. Deputy Laura, has there been a Vanessa Rosano in the courtroom at all today?
No, Your Honor, she has not.
All right. Defense, have you had any contact with your client?
Yes, Judge, she did appear on your Zoom last time we were on here, and I've talked to her afterwards about nothing today.
Okay. And what have you done to try to contact her today?
We have called, emailed, and texted.
All right. And the court will note that the defendant was here at the last hearing, and that last hearing was on April 13th, 2021. And the defendant
correct.
was admonished that her next hearing was today at 9 a.m. State?
The state would ask for bond forfeiture and issuance of a warrant.
All right, that will be granted, and I'll remain your client without bond. If you're able to get in touch with your client, have them Zoom in tomorrow, and I will reconsider.
Yes, Judge. Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, thank you. And I'm going to work on learning how to pronounce your last name, I promise.
It took the judge in Kendall County a year, so you got this.
Okay, you know what? Now I need to beat him. Okay, give me the pronunciation one last time.
Arguelles.
Arreyes.
Mhm.
I beat him. Arreyes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, thank you. Have a good rest of your day.
Thank you, Judge. I'll see you soon. Bye.
All right, bye-bye. All right, with that, everyone, we are done for today. Although, Hunter, can you look this case up and tell me, is it set for today at all? For some reason, I have this file. It's 2021 CR 4146. Oh, you're on mute.
For Elizabeth Gaskin,
Yes.
Katie shows that it was set on May the 7th.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am.
With that, we will stop live stream, and hopefully everyone will have a good rest of the